Good day, friends. Brother Rob with you again. First of all, just want to wish you all a happy new year, and I pray the Lord blesses each and every one of you. So I want to begin with this year, starting off with the logical inconsistencies of atheism. So first of all, we're going to start with morality. Now, if there is no God, then morality can't be objective, which of course is problematic because we know that there are things that are objectively right and wrong. It's objectively evil to sexually assault someone, to light someone on fire, to kidnap someone, molest someone. These things are not subjectively wrong. They are objectively, morally evil. Okay? And objectively, it is right to be honest, to be forthright, to tell the truth, to live in integrity, to work hard, to treat people with dignity and respect. These things are universally accepted as good, because it is. But the question becomes, why is it good? What makes them good? What does it mean to be good? See, again, without God, you have no objective basis for morality. Now hear me clearly. I'm not saying that the atheist can't be moral. I believe that the average person is moral to some degree. The average person will go to work, the average person will pay their taxes, and the average person will be a law-abiding citizen, which is good, of course. I'm not saying the atheist can't be good. I'm saying the atheist can't justify their goodness or their morality. Now, some atheists will say, well, if you need God to be good, then you have issues. No, again, we don't need God to be good. We need God, again, to justify goodness, to justify being good. Okay, so again, without God, there is no objective morality, which is a big problem for atheism. Okay, second problem for atheism, epistemology, which is just a big word for how do you know what you know? Or in other words, how can atheism justify knowledge, morality, logic? And the problem, of course, is it can't. Okay? Atheism can't justify epistemology. It has no claim for basis of knowledge. It's an indefensible position. Okay, another problem for atheism, there's many problems for atheism, is logic. Okay? So if there is no God, then everything we see in the known universe, life, life and nature and the whole kin caboodle, if you will, is just a process of unguided processes. And if processes are unguided, and your brain is and then the synapses in your brain are just the result of a random chance process, why on earth would you trust the thoughts in your head? For what reason would you trust the thoughts in your head if there is no God, if everything is unguided, and you're just the chance of natural selection? Which is, of course, another contradiction, because nature doesn't select, it just is. But for the purpose of this argument, logic is a problem for atheism because atheism can't defend logic. It can't give reasons for why. And the thing is, you can't abandon the logic because that would be illogical. So atheism is self-defeating. So atheism doesn't work morally, atheism doesn't work from an epistemological point of view, and atheism doesn't work from a logical point of view. Now, fourth point is atheism doesn't work from a practical point of view. Because atheists, many people have said this, and which is true, atheism has to borrow from Christianity in order to make its case. Now again, so remember, morality is subjective in atheism, but the atheist, of course, will live a moral life. Again, so the average atheist will go to work, raise a family, pay their taxes, and be a law-abiding citizen, which is all good, and they should. We all should, of course. But what is that grounded in, right? If there is no God, why don't you just do whatever you want? I mean, if we're all going to the ground and there's no life after death, what does it matter if you rape someone or you don't rape someone? What does it matter if you live like giving to the poor, or what does it matter if you steal from the poor? And again, of course, I'm setting up the premises, and I'm not saying that, of course, the rape is okay, or that we should steal from the poor. Of course not. But the point I'm making is, what are those? In atheism, you can't even say one of those is objectively right or wrong. It's just your preference, which, of course, atheists know to be untrue. Atheists know that it's wrong to steal. Atheists know that it's wrong to rape. I'm not saying they don't, but I'm saying they can't justify morality in their worldview. Okay? So it doesn't work practically, it doesn't work epistemologically, it doesn't work logically, practically, epistemologically, or morally. It doesn't work. It's a fallacious, indefensible worldview. No, and the majority of atheists, I think, are starting to see it in that. And I think the reason the majority of atheists, especially on the internet, will be on the offensive, on the attack, is because I think they know deep down that their own position is indefensible. Okay? So, and listen, I don't have any qualms with atheists. I don't take, if you want to believe there is no God, of course you're free to do so, but there is no reason for you to justify your position. And my contention is not with atheists, it's with atheism. Okay? Let's make this clear. My contention is not with you as people. My contention is with your position, your ideology, if you will. Okay? Your worldview. That's where I'm coming from. Second point is I do these videos and I post what I do online is because I actually care about you. I want you to come to the truth. I want you to come to the Lord Jesus Christ. I want you to experience the presence and person of God and the peace of God that I do. We look at Daniel, who has the handle from Darwin to Jesus, right? So, and he has a wonderful testimony on his Twitter page about how his atheism began to crumble and how he eventually came to the Lord Jesus Christ and the Lord changed him radically. He says in his own, I'll just paraphrasing and simplifying, that he used to be someone that no one could stand, to being someone that people want to be around, someone who didn't care about anyone, to someone who cared about people, and he has peace of mind, peace of heart, and he knows that that Christianity is true based on his own personal experience, and that's something to be said for that. Okay, so and I too, I've never been an atheist. I'm not a perfect man. Don't think I'm saying that. I'm not a perfect man, but I know that I'm saved in Jesus Christ. I know that the Lord loves me. I know the Lord loves you. And that's the reason I do what I do and I say what I say, because I care. I really care. Okay? And I know that God is real. I know that Jesus saves. And I want you to experience it as I do, as Daniel does, as many other all of us Christians do. We experience the peace of God. Now listen, I know there are people on this platform, and in real life for that matter, that say they're a Christian but don't live like that. And of course we call that a hypocrite, right? Because Jesus said not to do many things. And so if there are atheists out there who are being attacked by self-righteous religious hypocrites, that ain't Christianity. And I apologize if you are, or possibly will, be the brunt end of a self-righteous religious hypocrite parading as a Christian. They misrepresent Jesus. That's not what he's about. Jesus wants you to come to know him. He wants you to forsake your sin, give up your inability to try to do things your way. You know it doesn't work. I know it doesn't work. I know from personal experience, even though I was never an atheist, that doing life on your own terms and not living for Christ, you don't have peace. I've tried it, okay? It doesn't work. And And again, this comes from a place of genuine concern and care, and wanting you to know the peace and love of God that is found in Jesus Christ. And that's it. All right, that's it for now. Peace out, Brother Rob.